Welcome back to We Just Want One. We are in Week 2, taking on the division rival Seattle Seahawks, who I believe are in their first season in the NFC because of the league realignment with the Houston Texans. As you saw on screen, they outmatch us in almost every category. They're coming off a loss, though, already, as we coming off our big win against the Redskins. So maybe we can roll some luck into this week here as we conclude our 2-week road trip to start the season here in Seattle in a brand new Lumen Field. I don't know what they called it back then when they opened it, but this is the first year of the Seahawks' new stadium. And they already have a pretty impressive product on the field for this very full Seattle crowd. So it's going to be a tough game for sure as we were playing in the elements. We have the rain coming down. It's a relatively cold game. So there might be some wackiness in this game. Who knows? Seattle should be accustomed to this, but coming from the desert, who knows how we're going to fare in the cold, wet, and rainy weather. So there you see Sean Alexander on screen. He is obviously their big name here in Seattle. He's going to be a problem for us all game. I can already see it happening. As we cut past the coin toss here, we would win the coin toss. We're opening up division play now. You see our division on screen, and we're hopefully going to take an early lead here as we have to keep pace with the St. Louis Rams if we want to get anything done here. Jenkins fields the ball now and runs up the middle. Not too much on the return. But yeah, now to 1st and 10. Plummer hands it off to Jones, tries to find some room, and he meets the linebacker head on. Not much doing. 2nd and 10 now. Plummer drops back. Scans across his reads, not a whole lot of room, and the pass gets blocked at the line of scrimmage. Remember that happened all game last week, so hopefully it doesn't happen again too much this week, as it's 3rd and 10 now. Shotgun formation. Plummer drops back and tries to find Jenkins, tries to make a huge one-handed grab, and he can't come down with it. And that's going to bring up 4th down. We'll hand it back to the Seahawks. We got 1st and 10 now from about their own 35-yard line. And Dilfer will hand it off to Sean Alexander, who tries to break to the outside. Makes a big stiff arm, but he's heading backwards. And doesn't get too much on that run. 2nd and 8 now. Dilfer drops back. Delayed handoff to Sean Alexander, who tries to cut the middle, and he has even less room than the previous play. 3rd and 8 now. Dilfer drops back. He's running, pump fake. Still all the time in the world, and he wants the home run ball to the receiver, and it's in and out of his hands. He can't quite come down with that one. We had a whole bunch of Cardinals back there. 1st and 10 now. We have the ball back again. Jones heading to the outside. Makes a little nice tackle break there, but gets caught up. We cut to 3rd and 6 now. Plummer in shotgun formation. Now he drops back. And he wants to try and hit Boston across the middle, but he doesn't see the big linebacker there. Very risky pass by Plummer. And it's going to bring up 4th down. We'll send out the punt unit to make the punt here. And it's a nice booming punt by Player. And he muffs the catch here, and it drops back a bit. That's that rain playing a huge factor already. Almost a huge upset, big turnover there for the Seahawks. But they retain possession, hand it now to Alexander on 1st and 10, who cuts to the outside. He can't quite break that tackle. 2nd and 5 now. Dilfer taking his time. Another pitch to Alexander heading the other way, and he can't break that tackle. Trying to get crafty here early on, but he can't. 3rd and 5 now. Send the man in motion. Dilfer drops back, and it's another handoff to Sean Alexander, who heads up the middle and gets tackled right at about the marker, and he's going to have that 1st down. First down in this game. We're pretty deep into the 1st quarter. Dilfer drops back. Fake handoff there, and he finds Jackson, who makes a pretty big gain, and the Seahawks are in Cardinal territory. That was a good play by the Seattle Seahawks. Completely had us fooled there. 1st and 10 now, just past midfield. In the I formation, Dilfer hands it off to Sean Alexander, who gets met by our linebacker right up that hole that he was looking for. And we cover that play nicely as we cut to 3rd down now. In Seattle, makes another pitch to Sean Alexander, tries to break to the outside, gets a little too fancy, and doesn't have any room. And McKinnon making the tackle again. So they would hand the ball back to us as we hand the ball off to Jones, who breaks a big tackle, tries to cut upfield a little bit more, gets about a handful on that. We cut to third down now. Jake Plummer drops back, and he wants it all to Boston, who's in position to make the catch, and he can't come down with it. And that brings up fourth down. We had Boston right there. He had the step on him, but just couldn't make it, as that brings the end of the first quarter. Both teams laying fat goose eggs on the scoreboard. And this is going to be a tough one already, I can tell. As we open up the second quarter with our punt team back out. It's a little bit off-center. It's a wacky punt there. And Williams has a ton of room to run, but we make the open field tackle. Beautiful tackle there. We prevented a potentially disastrous special teams play. First and 10 now from about midfield for the Seahawks. Dilfer drops back. Scans over his options. He's got time. He's running out of time. And that one goes into the dirt. A brilliant effort there by our defensive line, who got caught up in all kinds of traffic and still found their way to Dilfer, who I don't know how he didn't find an open man in that time, but good play for us as it's now 3rd and 10. Dilfer drops back. And he throws it into a mess, but Jackson somehow comes down with it. And that's a big first down for Seattle, as they are back into Cardinal territory yet again. A little bit deeper now. They're moving the ball. Dilfer sends a man in motion. And he hands off the ball to Alexander again, who breaks tackle in the backfield, tries to cut up field. Doesn't get much. Sean Alexander making a bunch of crafty moves, but he's not getting a ton of yards out of it. 2nd and 9 now. It's a pitch to Alexander, who breaks to the outside, has a little bit of room, and he's met by some Cardinals. I take him out of bounds. 3rd and short now. Dilfer silencing the crowd. And that play looks about broken, but he still finds a tight end who makes an amazing diving catch, and that will give him a first down. Seattle is still moving the ball. It's not pretty, but they're doing it. Dilfer drops back now. He's got all day to throw, and he makes a big throw to the end zone, and Dwayne Starks has it completely covered. Huge interception in the end zone there, and that'll be a touchback. It is Cardinal ball heading the other way. 1st and 10 now from around 20. Jake Plummer drops back. And he finds Jones out of the flat. He's got a ton of room to run, tries to break a tackle, but he gets brought down. And so far, the only man doing anything positive on this offense is Thomas Jones, right there. Huge gain for the Cardinals, and we're finally moving the ball a little bit here. 1st and 10 now. We hand it off to Jones, who gets a little bit of room on the outside, makes a nice tackle, and a generous tackle animation will bring us closer to that first down marker. Jones continues to eat up them yards. At least somebody is in this game. 2nd down now from about midfield. We hand it to the big fullback, who gets us the first down. And now we're starting to cook something up here. Trying to turn this turnover into something else. Jake Plummer drops back now. And he throws it into absolute traffic. I don't know what opening Plummer thought he saw there. Dangerous pass again. 2nd and 10 now, close to midfield. Handed off to Jones, who gets a little bit of room there. And he gets tackled upfield. We're just going to have to rely on him, it looks like. 3rd and short now. Plummer drops back again. He's looking, and he gets eaten up by the pressure there. Able to get the ball off, so he doesn't take the sack, but still King finds his way to Plummer and brings him down to the backfield. And we're going to have to get this ball back to Seattle. 1st and 10 now. They hand it off to Sean Alexander, who has a little bit of room there. Nice run, not too much. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. We are close to halftime, only 2 minutes left, and there's no points to speak of. 2nd and short now for Seattle. Deep in their own territory. Dilfer drops back, and he finds Robinson. That play looked pretty well covered, but Robinson still found the lane there. The clock is ticking. Seattle's trying to move forward now, run that 2-minute drill. Dilfer drops back, and he pump fakes, and he finds Stevens, who makes that catch over Raynoch Thompson's head. And look at this window that Dilfer had to find that pass through. He just squeezed it through a pinhole. Good pass for Seattle. But that clock is continuing to tick. And Seattle's got to move now, as they inch closer and closer to our territory. Dilfer drops back now. He's looking, and he wants the home run ball again, and it's covered well by the Cardinals. And we finally stop a little bit of their momentum now. Dilfer drops back, 2nd and 10. But he finds Stevens going the other way. makes a catch now. They still need a little bit more for that first, and the clock is still running. Just a little bit over a minute now. Right around midfield, Dilfer drops back, and he looks, and he finds Sean Alexander, who cuts upfield for a huge gain. And now Seattle has the first down. The clock continues to run. They want to run the hurry up. They're going to have to burn a timeout. What can they do now deep in Cardinal territory? It's 1st and 10. And Dilfer hands the ball off to Sean Alexander, who tries to make it to the outside, and he doesn't have much. Questionable play now with not much time left on the field. 2nd and 7. In the I formation, Dilfer will drop back. And he looks, tries to find a man. And he gives it to Stevens, who catches it right at the goal line. And Seattle is threatening. They're knocking on our door. 1st and goal. The clock is running. Seattle will not burn a timeout. They're going to try and punch this one in. Let's see if they can do it. Dilfer drops back. And he throws it into Atlanta-sized traffic. Nothing but Cardinals in that direction. Don't know what he saw. 2nd and goal now. And Dilfer drops back again. And Dwayne Starks has another big play in the end zone. He wants another interception, I guess. 3rd and goal now. Can Seattle convert and add some points? And Dilfer drops back. And he finds his open man in the end zone. And Seattle strikes first, adding some points now. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Seattle leads now by 7 with just 27 seconds left in the first half. There's still a little bit of time there. What can Arizona do to answer back? As the kickoff is deep and fielded at the 10 by Jenkins. Jenkins tries to cut back and find a little bit more room. And now just 23 seconds to work in this first half. Can we answer back? We haven't done much all game. Plummer drops back. And he finds Sanders across the field, who cuts up and gets a first down. Now with just 15 seconds, we're going to burn a timeout. 1st and 15. Plummer drops back. And he threads it through the needle and finds Sanders again in the middle. And we are deep in Seahawk territory with less than 10 seconds left. Going to have one more shot here to try and maybe hit the end zone here. We got a long ways to go. Does Plummer have the arm strength? And he drops back. And he wants the home run ball to Boston, who makes the catch in double coverage. He's still on his feet, and he falls forward into the end zone for the touchdown. Huge, huge play by the Arizona Cardinals. David Boston is that guy. We send Grammatica out to try and tie this game with 3 seconds left in the first half, and he does just that. 0-0 up until about a couple minutes ago, and now we are tied at 7 at the end of the first half. Huge, eventful game here in the last minute or so of play. And that one drive, you can see those 3 plays, evens us statistically there with the Seahawks as we give the ball back to them to open up the second half. And a little bit off-center kick there, but it's fielded by Williams by the 10, and he gets brought down just in front of the 20-yard line. How's the momentum going to shift here? Seattle fields the ball now, 1st and 10, deep in their own territory. Hand it off to Alexander, breaks to the outside. Can't quite break that tackle. And he only gets a few more yards. 2nd and 8 now. Dilfer wants a little bit of quiet. Puts the man in motion, but he gives it to Alexander up the middle, who has an open lane, and he gets the first down. Sean Alexander's been getting a ton of action today, as it's 1st and 10 now. Dilfer drops back. Looks around the field, and he throws it right to our big rookie linebacker, LeVar Fisher, who makes the interception, and this ball's heading back the other way. Oh, Mr. Dilfer, what are you looking at, bud? Nothing but white jerseys in that direction, and he's mad at himself, and I would be too. Horrible mistake made deep in their own territory as we hand the ball off to Jones, who doesn't get much. 2nd and 8 now. Plummer drops back, scans over his options, and he can't quite connect there. 3rd and long now. We're in a shotgun formation. Plummer drops back. And he almost gets gobbled up there in pressure, but he finds Jenkins, who makes a great catch, and we have a first down. Fresh set of downs to try and get some points off of another Seattle turnover. We came up empty on the last time. Can we add some points this time? In the I formation, Plummer hands off to Jones. He's got a little bit of room outside. Tries to cut it upfield. And gets about a handful there. And we are cooking something up here in Seattle territory. Second and short, we hand it off to Jones, who gets caught up in the backfield. Seattle was all over that play. And Thomas Jones is rightfully upset. He wants a touchdown, so do we. Third and long now. Plummer drops back. Got to find the man, and I don't know what Plummer thought he saw there. Very questionable passes by both quarterbacks this game, as now Seattle has the ball going back the other way. First and 10 from their own 20. And they hand it off to Sean Alexander again, who gets caught up at the line of scrimmage and doesn't get much. Third and long now. Still keeping that I formation. What's Dilfer going to do here? He drops back, and he's under pressure, but he shakes off the sack, and he's still on his feet, and he finds his man for the first down. Been struggling to get pressure on the quarterback all game, and when we finally do, Dilfer says no. First and 10 now. About the 31-yard line. Send the man in motion. And Dilfer drops back. Fake handoff, and he finds Robinson across the middle for a nice little check down. Second and short. Send the man in motion again. And Dilfer's going to hand it off to Sean Alexander. He's got a little bit of room, breaks a huge tackle, and he looks to have the first down. But it's third and inches. Sean Alexander didn't get enough, so can Seattle get enough here and convert? And they're going to pitch it to Alexander again, who makes a nice spin move. And does he have it? I don't think he does. But he definitely does have the first down. First and 10 now. Seattle just barely scraping by to keep this drive going. Dilfer all day to throw. And he nearly connects with Sean Alexander there, but it's in and out of his hands. Second and 10 now. And Dilfer pitches it to Alexander again. And that play's read well by the Cardinal defense, who tackles Sean Alexander in the backfield there. And you got to be proud of how this defense is playing today, containing this big, scary Seattle offense. Third and long now. Dilfer wants a home run ball again, and he sails it over his receiver's head. Cleveland Browns legend Trent Dilfer cannot connect, as that brings us to the end of the third quarter, and we are still knotted up at 7. So we cut back now to the Cardinals' next drive. It's second and 9. And Plummer wants a home run ball to Boston, who's in position again, but it's blocked perfectly. He had a step on him, but Plummer didn't have the arm strength. Third and 9. Plummer all day to throw. And he can't quite connect on that one. Keep trying to find Boston, and he's not there. Seattle with the ball back again now, and Dilfer sends that ball into his receiver's ankles. It's second and 10 now from about their own 45. Dilfer drops back, and he tries to escape the pressure. Bryant can't find him. Throws across his body to nothing. And this pressure's got to find its way home. We got to get Dilfer down. It's third and 10 now for Seattle. Dilfer drops back. And he wants the home run ball, and it's blocked by Starks. Brilliant play there. Making the nice one-on-one protection there. Cardinals are back on offense. It's first and 10 now. Better on 20. And a nice sidearm to Boston across the middle of the field there. He can't cut up field. So that's going to be about a gain of 5 or 6. And Plummer hands it off to Jones, trying to convert on this first down, and he gets it. We have an injured Cardinal in the field. That's Freddie Jones, the big tight end. Hopefully he's okay. Back in I formation now. Plummer drops back. And he doesn't quite see that safety creeping up on him. These passes are getting real scary, getting tense. Second and 10 now. Plummer. And he wants Boston again. Who makes the catch this time? Huge catch now, and we are cooking something up here. First and 10 now in Seattle territory. We pitch it off to Jones, who gets caught up in the backfield again. 2nd and 11. Plummer drops back. And he's looking, throws it again into a mess of traffic. We might need to get Plummer some glasses. It's 3rd and 11. And he doesn't see the linebacker charging straight ahead at him. Somehow gets rid of the ball, but that's going to bring up 4th down. As our big pass to Boston goes absolutely nowhere. And player has to make a crafty little punt here, and it bounces at about the 2-yard line. Gets a fortunate bounce, and is going to roll out at about the 5-yard line. An amazing punt by Scott Player, one of our best players on the team. And if Seattle wants to convert now, they're going to need to go 95 yards. And John Alexander still on his feet, cutting up through some tackles, and he doesn't get much. 2nd and 8 now. Dilfer hands it off to Sean Alexander again, who finds a little bit of room, but he can't break that tackle. A lot of speed here with Sean Alexander. He's getting really crafty, but he can't really break a lot of these tackles and get much more. It's 3rd and short, and it's in and out of the hands of his tight end, who can't catch it. 4th down now. Seattle punts this one away from their own goal line. Jackson makes the return now. He's got a little bit of room, and he cuts upfield. Tries to break a tackle there, but he can't. But we have great field position now to try and make something happen here. There's only 2.5 minutes left in this game. We got to do something. And Plummer wants it all to Boston, and that is thrown in a mess of double coverage there. David Boston can't come down with it. Plummer drops back again. And he's going to send it to Boston again, who does make the catch. And he's brought down at about the 10-yard line. Like Matt Stafford to Megatron, Jake Plummer's just relying on his one option. There's only one man on the field when Plummer's throwing the ball. 1st and 10 now. We're deep in Seattle territory. We hand it to Jones, who has a little bit of room, and he cuts upfield and is brought down at about the 5-yard line. And we are letting this clock tick. Hand it off to the big fullback, tries to cut upfield, and he gets caught at the line of scrimmage, and not much going on. And Seattle's going to start burning timeouts. They know the position that they're in. It's 3rd and short now. Can we convert here and get an extra 6? And we can't. The ball's blocked at the line of scrimmage at the worst possible moment. Just a minute and a half left. We're sending out Grammatica. Try and take a lead here. Can he convert in the chip shot? And he most certainly can, as we take a 10-7 lead here late in this game. Can we knock off the division bad boys and Seattle Seahawks? Grammatica sends this one away, and it's a deep kick. The rain is coming down. And Fuller's going to field this one from his own goal line. He gets a little bit past the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Dover's got a lot of work to do. And he drops back. And he finds Williams breaking towards the right side. That's a big catch. The clock's running. Seattle's got to move fast. They ran this 2-minute drill before and were successful. Can they do it again? Dilfer drops back now. And he's looking and looking. And he finds Jackson. And now Seattle is deep in Cardinal territory in just 2 plays. Can we hold on? Can we hold on just a little bit longer, as we are now facing a pretty tough situation with just a minute left to go? Hand it off to Sean Alexander, who stumbles at the line of scrimmage, but he finds some room, makes a hurdle, and he gets close to that 1st down marker as the clock continues to run. Seattle would burn a lot of the time off the clock and spike the ball here with 18 seconds. They're going to try and go for the field goal and send us to overtime. They were moving the ball. I thought they'd go for the touchdown. They give it to the fullback, who cuts up and gets that 1st down. And they burn their last time out. 4 seconds. The kick rests on Lindell's back. And he sends it up. And that ball doesn't have a chance. Off the chip shot, he can't convert Ryan Lindell. And the clock goes to 0-0s. And we will hold on against the division rival Seahawks. And win this one 10-7. Oh my goodness. Such an easy kick there. I don't know if he kicked the ground. The rain got in the way, something. But he cannot convert, and Seattle's going home 0-2. As the player of the game honors go to David Boston because, of course, 4 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Now let's go over this game here as we calm down a little bit. Seattle outran us, of course, but Sean Alexander didn't do much. We only had 1 passing yard less than them. Offensively, this is just such a rough and just terrible game. Look at that 3rd down conversion percentage, 1 for 9. I mean, I talked about it last week with the Redskins, how bad theirs was. I mean, that seems to be the crux here. But we had 2 meaningful drives, and we did what we had to do to win. So I guess it can't be too mad as we look at the individual stats here. Jake Plummer had about probably the worst game of his career, going 8 for 25 with a touchdown and a pick. That is just horrendous. I mean, of those 8, half of those went to David Boston. Just bad. Thomas Jones is only 31 yards on the ground. Not much from our run game today, which is kind of disappointing considering where Thomas Jones was at last week against Washington. As we look at the receiving stats here, David Boston, our MVP. Not even really close here. No pancakes again. No pancakes from any of our blockers. Adrian Wilson, our young, strong safety, leads the team in tackles again with 9 back-to-back weeks. And then, of course, Dwayne Starks and our rookie LeVar Fisher have the 2 picks that we weren't able to turn into points. So, and Grammatico, of course, is ice on the season yet again. As we look ahead now to Week 3, we head back home now for the first time in this franchise mode and take on the San Diego Superchargers, who have some weapons of their own. You can see the numbers on screen. They are outmatching us quite a bit again, but it should be a little bit more even of a game. So we look forward to taking on the Chargers at home. Hope to see you there.